Good morning. A stark warning from Europe's top defense officials has set 2027 as a potential flashpoint for global conflict. The EU's first defense commissioner, Andrius Kubilius, and NATO's top air commander, General Grinkovich, both point to this year as a moment when Russia and China could act in concert. The scenario, simultaneous crises, Russia in Europe, China over Taiwan, designed to overwhelm Western defenses. For China, 2027 marks the centennial of the People's Liberation Army, a deadline for military modernization and global power projection. Western intelligence suggests Russia could also rebuild its forces by then, after losses in Ukraine. The convergence of these timelines creates a nightmare scenario: two major adversaries, one coordinated assault. Imagine a crisis over Taiwan erupting as tensions flare on NATO's eastern flank. Western resources and resolve would be stretched to the limit. This is why defense chiefs are sounding the alarm now. The Davidson window frames 2027 as the year China could be ready to invade Taiwan, a prediction that's shaped global defense planning. This date aligns with China's military ambitions and the PLA's centennial, making reunification with Taiwan a symbolic and strategic goal. Meanwhile, Russia could recover enough military strength to threaten NATO's eastern members. The fear China moves on Taiwan, and Russia tests NATO at the same time, betting the US can't handle both. For decades, the West planned for one major conflict at a time. Now, two are possible. China is watching the West's response to Russia in Ukraine. Any sign of weakness could embolden Beijing. The world faces a fundamental shift: two nuclear-armed adversaries, one perilous window. The stakes have never been higher. Europe is transforming its approach to defense, spurred by the threat of a two-front war. For the first time, there's consensus. Europe must take charge of its own security. The EU's $840 billion Rearm Europe plan aims to modernize forces, replenish stockpiles, and invest in next-gen tech. A key goal: reduce reliance on US weapons by building a robust European defense industry. The share of US-made arms in Europe is already dropping, signaling a push for strategic autonomy. With US troops likely to shift focus to Asia, Europe must fill the gap. This isn't just about Russia. It's about Europe becoming a stronger partner, ready to manage its own security. The continent's future depends on this transformation. NATO is adapting fast, raising its defense spending target from 2% to 5% of GDP. The US remains committed to NATO, but its role is evolving, offering advanced weapons but expecting Europe to invest more. The logic: only the US can counter China in the Pacific, so Europe must take the lead in its own defense. A stronger Europe frees US resources for Asia, strengthening the alliance overall. This new division of labor means more European-led exercises and integrated command structures. The success of this pivot will determine if the West can deter aggression on two fronts. Europe must become the primary guardian of its continent, backed by US guarantees. The alliance's future depends on meeting these new challenges. Why does 2027 matter? Because global stability and our daily lives are at stake. A conflict over Taiwan would devastate the world economy, disrupting the vital semiconductor supply chain. Further Russian aggression would trigger refugee crises and energy shocks, demanding costly responses. Increased defense spending isn't about war, it's about deterrence. A strong, united West makes aggression too costly for adversaries. Weakness invites conflict, strength preserves peace. The 2027 warning is a call to action: invest in defense, strengthen alliances, and support tough decisions. By preparing now, we give ourselves the best chance to safeguard peace for generations.